What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the KillJoy Jake YouTube channel. How's it going, everybody? I'm your host, Carla, as always, and today we're talking a little Scream 7, a little Saw X, a little bit of everything in the horror space today. How is everyone doing? Welcome. Tori's here. What's up, Tori? How's it going? Howdy, hey. Hello, fella. welcome. Lighting Ghost, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. That just means a lot, really. This channel's really tough to do in a month that isn't October, so your support means really a lot to me, so thank you so much. I already answered you, JT Spooks, but a little challenge for you. Who said this line? Watch your tone, new girl. Gail Weathers, of course. Come on, JT Spooks. I love it, though. I love it. Love a little trivia. Good stuff. Why not Ben is here? Cleveland Browns. We suck. I get it, okay? I get it, Ben. You don't gotta rub it in. Eric Cartman saying, I think Welcome to Derry starts filming today. Ooh, nice. Good stuff. Let's put on the chill music because that music's a little too epic for just sitting around talking. Maybe if I was like gaming or something. Crazy because I might have my first gaming stream this week over on the second page. Crazy that I brought that up. It's almost like I'm self-promoting or something. Shameless plug. Anyways, Eric, this is awesome though. Welcome to Derry. I'm fucking hyped for this. Apparently it's supposed to come out in 2024, as we learned recently, and they're probably going to start filming it this year. Getting it done. I can't wait, man. Bill Skarsgård better be involved, although we have conflicting reports, so who knows what's happening with that series. We'll just have to find out in another year. Kirby Reed, is that your answer, Tori, of who you want to live? Either Gail or Kirby? Put out a new video today on Scream. It's been a minute since I made one of those. We had a lot of good horror news to talk about last month, so didn't have probably gonna have more of a Scream focus this month, but Kirby Reed is the one you'd want to live between Gail and Kirby. Interesting. I like it. I agree, though. It's kind of where mine is, too. Saw X, baby, let's go! It's gonna be good, I think. I think it's gonna be good, Jason. I hope so, and I'm hyped to see it, man. Doing a double feature of that and Five Nights at Freddy's this October is going to be sick. So welcome to the stream, Jason. Thank you for being here, man. Sammyverse is here. What's up? How's it going, Sammy? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. How you doing? Welcome. Come on in. Sit on down. Grab your snacks. Throw them in your face. It'll be a fun time. I don't know is saying, I just watched Renfield. Really good. Nice. I'm glad you liked it. I had a blast with it. I thought it was a really good time. Got to see it a day early, too. It's fun. Renfield was good. Wayne is saying, hi, sadly can't stay, but just jumped in to say hello and enjoy the stream. Plus, to support Jake. Wayne, I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much, man. Thanks for the support. Welcome. It's May 1st, everybody. It's the first of the month. Time to get some stuff done. Yurdy G is saying another Monday that I'm on time. We love it, Yurdy G. Thanks for being here, dude. And look at this, Yurdy. Got you right here on my sweatshirt. Love it, man. Love it. Welcome. Hell yeah, need some flashbacks in Saw X and Christina Carpenter in Scream 7. Well, let's make it happen, man. I can guarantee you the flashbacks in Saw X. Come on. I mean, we got like basically the whole original cast coming in. That's gotta happen, man. It's gotta happen. Love it. Adam Evans is saying, hey ya, Jake. Hey ya, Adam. What's going on? Welcome, man. Welcome. Love the mask. Love it. What's up, Jason? How's it going? Jason Carpenter, thanks for being a KillJoy cult member. We appreciate you. Thanks for being here. What is up, my dude? Welcome. Eric Cartman again is saying, I hope we get some updates on the Christine remake. Is that actually happening? I feel like I've heard rumors of that, but I'm not actually 100% sure. Interesting. Excited for Maxine. Very nice. Easily my most hyped horror film as of now. I hope it comes out this year. That would be cool. Maybe get like a November, December release or something. Maybe they could have it done in time for October, but I don't know how crazy of a film it's going to be. We got our first picture today of Mia Goth. This is Maxine in the new film. I love how she looks very different in each movie, even though she's like playing some of the same characters across some of them. Like Pearl obviously does not look the same as old woman Pearl in X. Maxine here too has gotten kind of a Hollywood makeover vibe. I love it. Can't wait to see that movie, man. I'm so excited. So excited, Sammy. It's gonna be a blast. Any updates on a potential Scream 7? Kind of just rumblings as of right now. We just had CinemaCon where there was nothing. Like not even whispers, not rumbles, nothing about Scream 7. So I think that's kind of odd. I don't know what's going on. Obviously, there probably is going to be a change-up of creatives, which is my guess as to why Scream 7 hasn't been announced yet. I mean, if you guys remember, Scream 6 got announced pretty damn quick after Scream 5 came out. Like, I think right at the tail end of its cinematic run, Scream 6 was announced. They're like, oh, we're going to have another one by next March. And it's like, What? Okay, shit. Let's go. Let's see it. Nothing about Scream 7 yet. This would be the time for it to happen. You know, we're right at the tail end of that, you know, the run through cinemas. Nothing yet. We'll have to see. Fun with Luenkos? Is that how you pronounce that? I love it, though. I love it. Thanks for being here, saying, what's up, Jake? Huge fan. Love your channel. I love you, man. Thanks for being here. Thank you. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. I appreciate the love. Love it. Edward is saying, hi, Jake. And you are going to be shocked because I just found something about Stu Macher. He's been alive. He can come back as the killer in 7. Throw it in the chat, Edward. I would love to read it. I would love to read it. Love it, man. Jason is saying Gale should be the one to die. Ooh. Dude, I kind of agree. I hate that I agree. You know, I hate that but it feels natural for the story, and I don't want Gale to just be, I don't want, you know, here's what I don't want to happen. I don't want it to get to the point where it's like, I can't believe Gale Weathers is in this again. Ugh, Gale Weathers. Like, I don't want to get to that point, you know? Wouldn't that suck? Wouldn't that suck to look at this character who was so awesome from the past movies and be like, you know? Like, I just don't want that to happen. I don't want that to happen to Gale. I don't want that to happen to Sydney. I'm glad it didn't happen for Dewey. Like, I just don't want that to happen, man. I love these characters so much. Let's preserve their legacy and their story by having just a good story. You know, it's crazy, but not every story goes on forever. The Horror Den is saying Chad and Mindy are the only members of the Core 4 who have not killed a killer. Ooh, interesting. My question is, which twin will perish in 7? Which twin will actually make it to the 3rd act? And who will finally kill? I have a feeling that we're going to kill one of the Core 4 members in the next one, and probably a legacy character. Like, I'm thinking probably Gale and probably someone from the Core 4. I really don't know. I think it's going to be a surprise, whatever it's going to be. But we got to kill some characters, man. I mean, we got to, you know, I love Scream 6. I enjoyed that it was a feel-good movie, oddly enough, even though it was trying to be the darkest Scream. Some weird conflicting tone there. But hey, man, still a fun movie, and I still had a good time with it. I'm just excited for Scream 7 to once again change things up, as all sequels need to do. I'm excited to see what they do. So we'll see, man. We will absolutely see. RJ's here. What's up, RJ? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Saying Jake's becoming one of my favorites next to Dave McRae. Wow, ooh, that's some high praise right there. Dave McRae's fantastic. Hack the Movies. I don't think I know Hack the Movies. Interesting. Dave McRae's fantastic, though. Was it just announced today that Olivia Hussey is coming into his fan film, the sequel to his fan film? That's really fucking cool, man. I'm hyped to see it, though. Hyped to see it from him. Love his channel, though. Absolutely love his streams. Great stuff from that guy. What else do we got here? Michael Parton is throwing $5 in there. Thank you so much, Michael, for the support. I really appreciate that. What are your initial thoughts on Eli Roth's Thanksgiving? Honestly, I really hope it's good. I love Eli Roth horror movies. They are so fun and ridiculous and just over the top, but in a way that doesn't feel like it's not very like campy, yes, but very bloody, gory, over the top, dark camp. Like, it's a really weird mix of flavors, and I love it. It's very different. It's the only place I feel like you can get that kind of certain variety and flavor where it's like the darkest shit imaginable, but it's played for laughs. It's pitch black humor. It's very funny to me. I really love his movies, so I'm hoping he brings that energy to Thanksgiving. He's done a lot of like kids movies, and he directed Borderlands, and like I'm sure Borderlands is going to be good. I'm excited for it. But I love his horror movies so much. I never wanted him to get away from that. So I hope that this is a lot of fun. I hope that this is something that's just like, oh, this is a really good slasher flick, and it's something that it may pave the way for more weird little slasher flicks that Eli Roth can make in the future. I'm hyped for it. We got the trailer for it all the way back in the thousands, and here we are finally getting it in 2023. So Grindhouse rears its ugly head again here in 2023. I can't wait to see what they do with this. I'm hyped. It's got a good cast, too. We got Patrick Dempsey. A lot of people don't like Addison Rae being involved. People are like, influencers in our movies? No. But I don't know. I think it might be cool. She might be good. Like, you know, we all just like to shit on these people initially. But, like, look at Kid Cudi in X, man. He was one of my favorite characters in that movie. He was awesome. So who knows? You never know. You never know, man. I'm hyped for it. I can't wait for it. Eli Roth's return to horror. It's going to be fun. So, Michael, thanks for the $5, dude. Thank you so much. And check out the trailer, too. If you're like, what the hell is Jake talking about? Look up the Thanksgiving trailer all the way back from the Grindhouse days. So I'm hyped to see what they do with this new take on it. Why Not Ben just became a channel member. Thank you so much, Ben. I really do appreciate that, man. I love our back and forths on here. It's always a good time. I always look forward to it. So thanks for being here, man, and thanks for the support. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much, my friend. Ooh, Mario and Sonic fan is asking an interesting question. Will the long-haired fiend, a character that doesn't get too much screen time in Insidious, but definitely gives for one of the scariest jump scares in the film, maybe. Man, will he be back for Insidious 5? Maybe, I don't know. That's a deep cut right there. I know I know old Lippy Boy's coming back, which I'm hyped for. The Lipstick Demon's coming back for this one. Oh, it's gonna be fun. I can't wait, man. I'm so hyped for it. Even if it's probably like, listen, I'm not expecting the best movie in the franchise or anything like that. It's Insidious 5, but man, it's gonna be fun. Whatever it is, it's gonna be fun, and I'm hyped for it. It's gonna be a good time. Michael's saying I don't even know when Borderlands is coming out. I don't either. Last I heard they were doing, they're long done with this at this point. They got to be, but I know Tim Miller was doing like some reshoots or something. He was directing that because Eli Roth was busy with pre-production for Thanksgiving. So I don't know. I don't know when it's coming out. Actually, I haven't even done any research on it or nothing, but at some point I'd love to maybe do a video on it. Cause I still want to support Eli Roth, see what he's up to with this movie. And I played that game when I was a kid, so I'm excited to see it. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, look up Borderlands. Looks like it's going to be a fun movie. Jamie Lee Curtis is going to be in it. Jack Black. I feel like, I think Kevin Hart, once again, I haven't done all the research on it, but I'm excited. I'm excited, man. Jason is saying, Scream 6 is solidified as my favorite movie of 2023. Nice, man. And we still got a whole another half a year to go. Jason, isn't that exciting? Like, oh my God, like if you're already like, this is my favorite movie of the year, like just imagine what else we got in store. It's awesome. It's great. I love it, man. Got a lot of good movies coming out this year. I'm really excited. 2 years in a row of just killer horror flicks. Is Adam still alive in the Saw universe? I feel like, there's so much lore behind these movies. Didn't he did die, right? Like I just rewatched these movies and I'm already forgetting Christopher. I feel like he's dead, but I don't know. You never know, who really is dead and alive in horror movies. You never know. What's up, Sarah? How's it going? Sarah, I am so sorry I couldn't hang out on the stream the other night a little longer. I had like just the craziest weekend finishing up short films and working on the old gaming channel, but we'll get on a stream at some point in the future, Sarah. It's going to be a fun time. Thanks for being here, though. Thanks for hanging out. Why Not Ben? Thank you so much for the $2, man. I appreciate that. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you again. Thank you again, good sir. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. Thank you. Anna Animations is asking a good question. You reckon Scream 7 will come out this year? I don't think so. Wouldn't that be crazy if we got two? Oh my God, if we got 2 Scream movies in 1 year, I'd lose my mind, dude. I'd piss my pants. I would be so excited. Will Scream 7 come out like next year though? I think is probably, I could see it happening like maybe late next year. I don't know. I really don't know though. My guess would be that there's a lot of weird shifts in the creatives right now. I don't know what's really going on. None of us do. There hasn't been too many updates, but rumor has it that old Christopher Landon, director of Happy Death Day, and also Freaky, came out in 2020, may be involved this time around, because it kind of seems like Radio Silence is off doing their own thing. They're making a Dracula's Daughter reboot, which I'll be doing a video on tomorrow, talking a little bit about our wonderful Scream team and how they're moving on to do an original with Melissa Barrera again. So I'm hyped to talk about it. I'm actually really hyped to talk and kind of discuss it. I feel like if they are going to do a Scream 7 with Radio Silence, though, probably wouldn't come out until 2025, would be my guess, if it's going to be Radio Silence. Christopher Landon, they may be able to film it this fall. You never know. I know that Jenna Ortega will be filming season 2 of Wednesday in September. So if they are going to do it, it's got to be soon. It's got to be real soon, or Jenna Ortega is going to be fucking busy, dude. Not that she, considering that she already is, but even more busy than she already is, which would be nuts. So I don't think it's going to be this year. Maybe not even next year. Right now we're in this funk right now. We're in a funky place, but we'll have to see. Talking about Stu, Edward is saying, so I just watched Beyond the Mask, great channel, and he said that in the original draft for the script in 96 was Sidney and Randy teaming up against Billy and Stu, where Billy got shot, Stu got a VHS tape to the head instead. So there was the original script for Scream 3 brought Stu back, which is, in my opinion, kind of one of the big reasons why we still talk about Mr. Stu. and why a lot of people want to see him back. It was the original plan for 3 with Kevin Williamson, but he, of course, did not write the script for that movie. It was instead what's-his-face who wrote The Ring, and I can't remember his name off the top of my head. But I don't know. For me, if he comes back, I would love for him, speaking of a VHS tape, to be on one of Randy's old tapes. You know, they were all friends beforehand, before, you know, Stu and Billy started killing people. Why not bring him back on a tape that has to do with the new plot of 7? You know, why not? Maybe Mindy and Chad go back to Woodsboro at some point. They're like, we found this tape up in the old attic. You know, it was part of Randy's things in his box or whatever. And it's a whole video of Stu talking about something that comes back into play. That would be awesome. And then we could get Jamie Kennedy back. We could get Jamie and Matthew Lillard back. Why not? That would be fun. And it wouldn't completely be a logistical nightmare. Like, that would be awesome, man. I'm down for Stu to come back if it makes sense. You know, I am. And that would be one of those ways. So I'm interested. I'm very down. Very down for it. Gotta watch that Beyond the Mask video, though. Interested to see what's up. Logan C is saying, yo, what's good, Jake? What's up, Logan? How's it going? Welcome to the stream, man. Welcome. We're just talking some Scream, some Saw, bunch of stuff. Speaking of Saw, Adam is saying, who is your favorite Jigsaw killer other than John Kramer? I mean, Costas Mandalore, man. Come on. Love him. This is where it starts getting fuzzy for me with Saw X, but I'm like 90% sure he is confirmed to be back for Saw X. He is back, now that I'm remembering. Mark Hoffman, baby. Come on. Love it. I'd love to see, speaking of this, though, my big theory with this next movie is it might have Dr. Gordon back, which would be cool. They kind of hinted at some big surprises happening in this film. So if you remember from Saw 7, which was the last film that Kevin Grudert, who is the director of this new movie, directed in the franchise, that was kind of like the big twist at the end of that film. So maybe he's back, you know, maybe this movie kind of focuses on him a little bit. Hoffman is still presumably alive. Probably. I mean, last time we saw him. I'm just excited. I'm just... Whatever it is, I'm hyped because we're getting back to the main storyline. I really did love Spiral. I had a blast with it. I did love the twist. But I had a fun time with it. I like the characters. I like the traps. I'm excited to get back to the main storyline at hand here. With Saw, I don't even care how convoluted it is. It's always fun. It's always over the top and crazy. And there's always going to be some good gore and kills and shit and crazy traps. So I'm down for that. You know, I'm like, hey, let's make it happen. Hoffman's your favorite too? Love it, man. Even better than Kramer and Ooh, that's a hot take. Both of them are great for totally different reasons, which is what I love. I love that they didn't just make Hoffman a John Kramer replacement. Like, he's got a whole different ordeal going on than John. So I love that. I love that there's a debate. You know what I mean? There's a debate. Who did it better? Who was the better Saw trap killer? That's funny, man. Sarah's throwing $2.20 in there from old Canada. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. And we appreciate your maple syrup as well. Saying, heard any news on VHS 85? Not a whole lot yet. I gotta hit up some of my buddies who have Production Weekly accounts, though, to see if they've announced any of the skit titles. Because I love talking about that. I love theorizing about what these crazy things are going to be about. The VHS 99 and 94 discussions before we even saw the movie was like some of my favorite videos I've made for this page. Speaking of mysterious movies, I just fucking love the VHS franchise. With Scream, you kind of get an idea of what you're going to get before you go into it. With VHS, you genuinely have no fucking idea what you're getting with every entry. And I really do love that about this franchise, and I'm hyped to see what they do next. VHS 99 was like a horror comedy, kind of. Like, every skit had a bit of a comedy edge to it, which I thought was really refreshing. I was like, ooh, okay, this is nice. Very Evil Dead 2 of you, VHS 99. So what will VHS 85 be? Will it lean more into that comedy? Will it be a little more scary? What's going on? You know, we have very scary directors attached to this one. We have Scott Derrickson, who did, as of most recent, The Black Phone from last year. I already forgot the other guy's name. But VHS 85 is going to be fucking fantastic. I can't wait for it. It's going to kill me if I don't. There's another huge director, like a huge, like fucking David Bruckner. Okay, David Bruckner. We also have Mike P. Nelson, too, who I'm hyped to have him on board. And two, I'm not super familiar with, but I know I did some research on them. They've done some pretty cool movies. Natasha Kermani and Gigi Saul Guerrero are also attached on board to do all 5 of the segments. So I'm excited to see what they bring to the table. Very hyped. Very, 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 very hyped. Huge fan of some of these directors. Can't wait to see what they do. But I will keep you updated, Sarah. I will keep you updated on it. I can't wait. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be so much fun. It's always a good time. I always have like all the buddies over to watch this one every time there's new VHS movies. Can't wait to see it. Love a good anthology movie. Love a good found footage movie every now and then. They're always fun. Well, not always, but sometimes they're fun. What else do we got here, too? What are the best Saw movies? I know your favorite is 6, if I recall correctly. It is, but I've only seen the first 2. I'd absolutely recommend the first 3, for sure. I think 4 is okay. Maybe a little bit of a dip in 4, but still fun. Honestly, like 1 through 6, I think are fantastic. I really like all of those. Saw 7's a little weird. It's got some weird shit going on with the traps. Easily the weakest trap-wise, I think, in the franchise. And then Jigsaw's don't even get me started on Jigsaw's just like, I don't know what the fuck happened with that movie. And Spiral's fun. You know, Spiral, it's a fun time. Definitely on the lower tier. You know, I think I put like maybe 1 through 7 above Spiral, but I still like it. I still enjoy it. Definitely maybe like the better of the later movies, I would say. But I would absolutely watch one, like I would watch all of them. But like the best ones are probably like 1 through 3 and 6. Probably my favorites of the franchise, but Saw 7's underrated, I think, though. Like it's got its problems, you know, it's not perfect, but I still think it's fun. It's a good time. I think the story is its strongest element. Like, especially if you know what happens in 6, going into 7, you're like, oh shit, this just got even crazier, you know? So I really love that idea there. Jonathan's throwing $5 in there. Thank you so much, Jonathan. I appreciate that. Thanks for the support, man. I saw you in the last stream too, so thanks for being here. Saying, you think the success of Evil Dead Rise will bring back Sam Raimi to direct his Army of Darkness sequel? Ooh, Ash, Mia, and now Beth teaming up, or a Lee Cronin sequel? Personally, I want all of these things, especially after I never knew that a director's cut of Army of Darkness existed. I've just always been familiar with the theatrical version where we end at S-Mart and all that, and we have the whole little bit. It's funny, you know, it's a good time. But the director's cut ending is totally different, and I never knew of this until recently, and I fucking love it even more than the original. He goes too far into the future, and there's a Deadite apocalypse happening. It's fucking crazy. So will we ever get a continuation to that, Jonathan? I want it. I absolutely want it. It would be fun. We almost got there. We almost got there in the last one, but not quite. The last one, y'all don't even know what I'm talking about. We almost got there in Ash versus the Evil Dead, which was, we kind of got to the same place, but then it got canceled. So will Sam Raimi ever be able to tell that story? Who fucking knows at this point? He's been trying since the 90s. So I hope so. I hope that one day it happens. As Bruce Campbell said in a recent interview, you know, with success kind of makes anything possible, you know? So who knows? Maybe we do get Ash Williams back. But I can guarantee you, with Evil Dead Rise killing it at the box office, I haven't checked it recently, but I know it's very close to 100 million worldwide already. I imagine, yes, we will be getting another one at some point in the future. Will it be a Lee Cronin sequel? Will it be a Sam Raimi movie, like you said? I'm definitely leaning towards a new director. But if it was going to be a returning director, probably Lee Cronin again would be my guess. But he's also working on an original right now, so who knows? But as Bruce Campbell said, he said this in multiple interviews. He even said this before, like the screening, and kind of talking about what he wants to do with the Evil Dead franchise moving forward. Is they want to make another one of these every 2 or 3 years, and I'm not against that at all because these movies are so fun every single time. I think all 5 of them are 10 out of 10 movies. Love them. I'm really hyped to see whatever they do next. I mean, honestly, I'm in the boat, Jonathan, where whatever they do, I'm gonna fucking watch it. I don't care. Just give us more. Feed me Evil Dead. Inject it into my veins for forever. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen, dude. I love this I love that franchise so much. Whatever they do with it, I just hope it's good. Whatever it is. Jonathan, thank you for the $5 though. Hyped for more Evil Dead in the future. Love that this new one's gotten so much success. Adam is saying 6 is also my favorite. Love every movie apart from Jigsaw. Nice. I'm pretty much in the same vein. I think Jigsaw is the only one I dislike. I really have a good time with all the rest of them. You know, I Saw 3D is a little overhated in my opinion. I get why it's hated, but I think it's fine. You know, it's a good movie. Maybe the weakest of the original 7 movies, but I still have a good time with it. What else do we got here? Mario and Sonic fan is saying Allison being in a coma for 10 years. 10 years later, nobody seems to help her because she was still possessed by the lipstick-faced demon. Do you think she will be involved? So here's my thinking, Mario and Sonic fan. I've seen your comments. I know you want to see this character come back. My guess is that, you know, we had Elise and Specs and Tucker help her out all the way back when, and now it's 10 years later. We're telling a new story. We probably won't see her come back is my guess. A lot of things have to happen to have this character come back at this point. It's been 10 years since Insidious 2 came out. I'm sure that actress is way older. Like, think about Jenna Ortega, who's in that scene. Jenna Ortega is in Insidious 2 for like a fucking scene, pretty much. They couldn't have her come back. You know, she was a little girl at that point. She's a woman now. You know, there's no way we could do that. My guess is that we probably won't touch that. I know we've been left on a cliffhanger. I know we want to see that. We want to see that resolved, but I don't even know if that would it be possible? We'd have to recast, and some people probably don't even remember. My guess is that we're going to leave that story alone. I don't even think Specs and Tucker are going to be in this new movie, which, trust me, has me heartbroken as a big Insidious fan. But we'll just have to see. You know, you never know. You never know what'll happen. We didn't see her in the trailer, too, but that doesn't mean she's not in the movie. You know, we not 100% confirmed one way or the other, but it does seem like we're telling a story now in the future opposed to continuation. It is a continuation, but I don't think we'll be touching on little specific story elements like that, but you never know. You never know what's going to come back into the fold, so... A lot of us were speculating for a while that Elise wasn't even going to be in the movie, and, well, we got confirmation from the trailer that she is, so you never know. Anything's possible. Anything can happen. Alejandro saying, let's continue a joke from a stream where we said that gory-ass movies like The Fly, Terrifier 2, and Mad God were great for kids. Did I say? That sounds like something I would say, but also very fucked up. If I watched Mad God as a kid, I think I would be messed up for life. That is one of the most traumatizing existential movies I've ever seen in my life. My God. And The Fly, I mean, just... chef's kiss, masterpiece. Terrifier 2, one of my favorite slashers of all time. Killer movies right here, but not for kids. Not for kids. Speaking of kids, Evil Dead Classroom. There should be one that takes place in a school. You're giving me some Ash versus Evil Dead vibes with this. We did get some Deadites at a school before, which is really interesting. But a whole movie? Oh my God. I actually love that. I love the idea of Evil Dead in a high school or something. Maybe they're all trapped there overnight or something, and they find the Book of the Dead somehow. Ooh, I like that. Actually, did you ever do that thing in high school where it's like you stayed overnight and all that, and you like slept in the gym? We did that. We did that in like, I think that was like a middle school thing, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. But like, imagine that for the premise of an Evil Dead movie, you know, kind of like the same thing they did with this last one. Premise was we're in a high-rise building, but instead a bunch of like middle schoolers or something. That's, God, it's so fucking evil. Jesus Christ. I would watch, you know, I'd watch it. I'd be like, fuck yeah, let's go. I was hyped to see a family in an Evil Dead movie opposed to, you know, just stupid kids or people from medieval times. You know, it's typically what we have in these movies. So I'd be hyped for a new group of people to be in there. That's kind of that's what was a big attraction to this new one for me. So I'd be interested in seeing that with the next film as well. Just a different group of people, different kinds of people getting attacked by turning into Deadites and attacking each other. Could you imagine an old folks home in an Evil Dead movie? I'm not suggesting that because that would just be way too ridiculous, but come on, that would be pretty crazy. Not my pitch for an Evil Dead movie, not even in the slightest, but we're talking about crazy situations and all that. I'm like, that would be kind of funny. Maybe a short film, but not a whole movie. Christopher Dunn is saying, I think The Mask, but it's like I don't know what you're talking about. But anyways, we'll keep moving. We'll keep talking about some stuff. FaZe Riano, Ryano, I don't know. I'm trying my best here. Is saying, I just watched Evil Dead Rise and it was amazing. Nice. I still got to do a rewatch. I had no time this weekend, unfortunately. Your boy was busy. Finished up a short film, finally. We've been filming it since November, and we just got it done yesterday, which I'm hyped for. Maybe got to do some reshoots here and there, but for the most part, we're done. But very hyped. I'm going to see Evil Dead Rise at some point this week, hopefully. So much stuff to get caught up on. I just don't have time. It's crazy. Crazy, man. Alejandro saying, kids, go watch Evil Dead Rise and Ice Nine Kills the shower scene and welcome to Horrorwood music videos. They're fine. They're totally G-rated. For sure. For sure, Alejandro. Nothing to worry about. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Oh, do I have... Yes, I absolutely do have plans to play this. When this comes out, I will be playing it on my new horror channel, which... if you guys have seen Movie Smoothie, I just turned that into my gaming channel. So go subscribe. I'm going to do a game stream this week. It's happening. We're finally doing it. I'm going to commit to that. It's going to be a thing like every single week. We're going to do a game stream over there. And, you know, in months like these where there's not a whole lot of horror movies coming out that are like big releases that people are hyped for, I need a fallback. I need something, because sometimes I try to do this channel on months where there's just nothing going on, and it's like I don't know what to do. You know, there's so much I want to talk about, but not as many people are as excited for these things. But I do like to shed light on movies that don't get as much recognition. Like, Talk to Me comes out in a couple of months here. Very hype. Actually, is that next month? That's literally next month now. I keep forgetting it's May 1st. It's so exciting. It's the first of the month, baby. Let's go. But I love shedding light on movies that maybe don't get as much recognition as well. But this month, not a whole lot happening. But that's okay. That's why we're doing the game stream. This is something I've been wanting to do for a long time. So go on over there, subscribe, and we'll be doing some more streams throughout the week over on that page. It's going to be fun. Going to be a good time. Wicker Sticks Cinema, I like it, saying, would love for you to check out the trailer for Spooky 74. I don't even know what that is. Spooky 74. Oh man, is this, I'm unaware of this. Spooky 74. Let's look this up real quick. Let's go on an adventure stream. Oh, that's from you. That's from you, my friend. Well, what do you know? What do you know? Well, I'm going to watch this later. I'm going to bookmark this. I'm going to absolutely save to watch later. There we go. I'm absolutely going to watch this later for you. And we'll check it out. We'll check it out. I'll give you my whole thoughts. I'll give you a full review of the trailer at some point. Aaron's here. What's going on, man? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Saying, did you see the board game announcement for Scream and Halloween? I saw the Scream one. I did not see the Halloween one. Ooh, that's exciting. Halloween board game. What the heck? What's going on there? That's nuts. I'm down for Scream, though. Matt is especially hyped about this. He actually messaged me right after the announcement. He's like, dude, they're making a Scream game. He's like, I was going to do that. I'm like, I know, man. So I'm hyped. I'm hyped to see it, hyped to play it. Maybe we'll make a whole video around it. Maybe we'll all get the Red Right Hand cast come together and play that game. That might be fun. Ryan Baxter just saw Evil Dead Rise. Nice. It was amazing, but I have to know, is that cat a deadite? What? Was there a deadite cat? Did I miss that? Holy shit. I might have missed that, Ryan. I gotta see it again. Gotta see it again. I still haven't done a second watch. Logan is saying, school lock-ins. Okay, so I'm not crazy. I'm not the only one who did that. Those were so fun. My experience in a lock-in was like a horror movie in the middle of the night. It straight up sounded like someone was crawling in the ceiling. Holy shit. Well, see, there you go. Play into some childhood trauma here, which is always a horrifying thing to play into with horror movies, but effective. So why not? There we go, Logan. I love it. Garth Mall, I love your name. I love your name so much. That made my entire day reading that. Garth Mall. Best opening title ever, Scream 6, and EDR really setting new bars for, Evil Dead Rise, setting new bars for horror requels. I agree. I really agree. Scream 7's opening scene is like my favorite in the franchise. I fucking love it. Been waiting for that opening scene since I saw Scream 4 the first time, let me tell you. I agree though. Loved both of those movies. God. What a year. What a year for horror, man. Love it. Can't wait to see what else is in store for us. There's always a little surprise in the year. I've been doing this for almost 4 years now, and something I've noticed about every single year is there's always a big surprise. There's something where I'm like, this is on the radar, but I don't know what that's going to be this year. I feel like we haven't hit that yet. Infinity Pool, I knew that was going to be good. I loved that. The Last Voyage of the Demeter, That might be a big surprise. That looks good. That trailer looks good. That might be our surprise this year. You never know. FaZe is saying, sorry on my brother's account. Don't know why his user's that. Oh, you're good. You're chilling. You're chilling, whoever you are. FaZe. I like the dog. I like the dog profile. I love it. That is a dog, right? Yeah, that's a dog. Come on. Love it, though. I love it. Malik is here. What's up, Malik? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Saying, if Five Nights at Freddy's is a success, what is another horror game franchise you would like to be turned into a movie? For me, it's Outlast. Great choice. Ooh, great choice. Well, you know, I would say Silent Hill, but they are working on a new movie for that. I'm very excited for that. Silent Hill and Resident Evil are getting new movies, which is really exciting for me because maybe they'll finally get Resident Evil right. They came close in that last one, but still not quite. Maybe they'll get it right, you know? You never know. Both of those franchises I'm very passionate about. I would love for them to get solid movies. That's kind of unfair, though. I actually like both of the Silent Hill movies, even though a lot of people dislike that last one. That's fair. I get it. But I fucking love it. It's ridiculous as fuck. It's so dumb at points, but it's so much fun. It's such a fun movie. I don't even care. I have such a fun time with that second Silent Hill movie. And Sean Bean is in it for like no fucking like he's just like, oh, Sean Bean is here. He's the dad. What? Okay, yeah, I'll take it. Boromir's in my movie. I'll listen. I'm not against that. Outlast is a great choice, though. There's some cool stuff going on in Outlast. I'd be down for that. Five Nights at Freddy's. I hope it kind of becomes a franchise. That would be fun. Only way I see the end of Scream is if Roger. Oh God, Danny. God, Danny, you have made me sad just to think that's a possibility. That makes me so sad to think of, Danny. God, I hope that never happens. Hope that never happens. Ghost Mysteries is saying, would you do any more fan films? You know, that's a really good question. I don't know. I'm really on the fence about it. I would love to make I wouldn't do a whole feature again. That was insanity with Red Right Hand. I mean, if y'all got a peek behind the curtain of what was going on, it was insane. There was a 3-day stretch where I just didn't sleep trying to get that done on time. And I'm two things I'm never doing again. I'm never setting a deadline for myself, and I'm not making something where I'm just, you know, I loved Red Right Hand. It was so much fun, but it was like nothing we can do with it at this point. You know, there's no, it lives on YouTube and that's it. You know, you can't sell a fan film. You can't send it to a film festival. You can, and people might love it, you know, and that would be awesome, but it's about as much as you can do with it. So we're working on an original right now that I am very proud of. And we're going through the pre-production steps right now. It's been a lot of work, but it's going to be worth it. I really do think it's going to be worth it. I think you guys are going to love it when y'all finally get to see it. Hopefully that's sooner than later too. So, we have a lot of things in the can right now. Like I said, we have like some short films. My buddy Andrew has directed and shot and almost completely edited a short film that's coming out relatively soon. And like I said, we're working on one that Darjan Bentley, who you've seen on the page before if you got to see the Final Girls ranking stream, which was maybe one of the better streams we've ever had on this page. Highly recommend it. It was a blast from start to finish. He's directing this new feature called Sin Eater that we just kind of wrapped on recently. So some good stuff. A lot of good stuff in the works. I can't freaking wait for the Demeter movie. The trailer was so epic. Oh, I haven't seen it in the theaters yet. I bet it is cool. Bet it is cool in the theaters. I'm hyped, man. It looks good. That might be the big surprise. You know, you never know. I really got people talking about this. Ooh, school lock-in was so much fun. Just me and my friends acting a fool. Now imagine if Deadites were running around the school. Like think about how scary that would be. Come on, that would be awesome. Oh, that would be sick, man. I really want that now. The more we talk about it, the more I'm like, oh, that's actually pretty sick. If the new Resident Evil movie flops, would you want them to try again or wait a bit? Well, it's funny. We kind of already have an answer to this question, Sammy. Well, the last one flopped, even though like I still really liked it. It's still probably my favorite Resident Evil movie, but it wasn't a whole lot of competition. You know, the Paul W.S. Anderson movies I think are fun and enjoyable, but they're just not Resident Evil. You know, it's just not, it has nothing to do with the story going through those movies besides little tiny, you know, characters drop in every now and then. But they're not really, I don't know, they're just not really, those movies don't do anything for the franchise, in my opinion. I think the last one from Johannes Roberts, it did something. It was like, okay, this is an attempt at doing one of the stories in the video games. This is cool. But still, I don't know. I'm just, I'm still waiting for the real Resident Evil movie to come out. One that's just the story of the first movie, and then the sequel is the story to the second and third movie, or game, because those happen at the same time, and then whatever the fuck you want the third one to be. The story of 4, perhaps, because that's like considered the best in the franchise. So who knows? Who knows what'll happen, Sammy? I hope it's good, though. I hope it's good. They stick to the story, because there's a cool story running through these games, and no one wants to adapt it for some reason. I don't know. Crazy. Did anyone else have the pleasure of playing the Scream 4 mobile game? I never played it, but every time I put in like my Scream 4 Blu-ray, like there's a ad for it beforehand, and I think that's so interesting. It was hella addicting and pissed. It got you pissed when it was randomly removed, considering I paid for it. Oh, that sucks. I never got to play it, but I've heard other people mention it on stream before, Horror Den. So that's really interesting. I never got to play it. I don't even know what the mechanics of it were, but I bet it was cool. I bet it was like just a fun little thing. They did something for the marketing of Scream 4, I should say. Unfortunately, that movie didn't do all that well, which is really unfortunate. Very, very undersung, underrated movie in that franchise. So kind of a shame that they didn't do more marketing. They had such a good script and some fun things happen in that one. Love it. Do I like the Saw franchise? I love the Saw franchise. That's a top 3 horror franchise for me. I really, really love Saw. Like Evil Dead, Scream, and Saw are my 3 favorites. Really eclectic group of franchises there. 3 very different franchises. But I love them all. Love them all. They're all good. Yes, they are making a part 2. Christopher Dunn is asking about part 2 to Trick or Treat, which was announced by Michael Dougherty, the director of the original. No confirmation on that, though. No confirmation that anything's being worked on. They had just said that they want to make it, and they have an idea. They have an idea of where it would go. Don't know what's going on, though, with it. But hopefully something. Hopefully we finally get to see a sequel to that movie. Love the original. One of my favorite anthology horror flicks maybe ever. I just love what they do with it. All the skits are interconnected and happen at different points in time. That's kind of been a big inspiration on myself. I love that. Love the way they do the storytelling in that movie. At like 3 a.m. during one of the lock-ins, me and my friends woke up and filmed a short horror movie that we showed the class a few days later. Ooh, that's cool. That's cool, Logan. That's awesome, man. You got a good story from that. I love it. And it seems like a lot of people have these high school or middle school like lock-in stories like this. Tell me that wouldn't be a cool premise for a horror movie, just in general. Not even Evil Dead. Just base a horror movie around that in general would be really cool. A famous Disney quote, "You can't rush art." I love that. You can't rush it. It's got to come to you. Creativity is not something you can force. You got to be able to just sit down and kind of write something, or be inspired. Go out in the world and have experiences and all that. That's where a lot of creativity, at least for me, comes from. Like a lot of my little stories I've written over the years, it's like just kind of stems from something I've experienced. I'm actually writing a little short film just in my free time right now about this vacation I just had back in January. Got to visit some friends and all that, and I had some interesting experiences. So I'm like, I gotta write a little something about this. I have a weird idea that I'm working on right now. So who knows? Maybe you'll see that soon. Sammy Verse is saying, any news on the Ryan Gosling Wolfman movie? So what's interesting about this is Lee Winnell was supposed to direct it, and it seems that he's kind of fallen out on the project. Doesn't seem like that's happening anymore. Last we heard from Lee Winnell on what he was doing next was that he was going to be directing some kind of Green Hornet reboot or something. And honestly, maybe there's some Green Hornet fans out there. I love you, I respect you, but I kind of don't care. I love Lee Winnell, and I don't think he needs to be taken away from horror. We have so many directors taken away from us to go do superhero movies and all that. And it's like, man, Lee Winnell's got such a talent. His last 2 movies have been fantastic. If it was The Invisible Man or Upgrade from 2018, which is getting a 4K, by the way, for those of you who have not seen that yet. little update today. We got a bunch of 4Ks were announced. If it's the rest of the Chucky movies, which is really exciting. Bride through Cult got a 4K announcement, as well as Upgrade from Lee Winnell. So a lot of exciting stuff coming from him, but no updates on this though. Like nothing really. I don't even think it's still happening, honestly. So kind of a shame. I'd love to see it. I love how Lee Winnell took the Invisible Man concept and kind of spun it in his own direction, modernized it big time. That's how we should be approaching these remakes and reboots to old classics like that. So I don't want to see the same movie again. You know, I want to give me something else. Give me a new take on it. Christopher Dunn is throwing $5 in there, and I love the glow-in-the-dark devil ghostface mask. That is fucking awesome. Danny Johnson would appreciate that from Red Right Hand big time. Saying, do you think Fade to Black, 1980, could use a remake for the modern audience? It's an underrated slasher. I've never even seen this. Fade to Black. What's interesting about that, too, is it's a 1980s slasher, like literally the year. Fade to Black. Let's look this up. I'm thinking of the Metallica song. Honestly. Fade to Black. I don't know any. Oh, Mickey Rourke is in this movie? What? Oh, I gotta watch this. Interesting. Eric Binford is a lonely movie buff who struggles to find his place in the world. The rejection by a Marilyn Monroe lookalike who embodies his... what the fuck is this movie? Who embodies his obsession sends him on a killing spree during which he transforms himself into classic film characters. Ooh, that sounds crazy, man. I'm very into that. I'm going to check that out tonight. It's on Tubi, too. He dresses up like Dracula, I see in some pictures. Creepy. Okay, man. I think it's on Tubi. I swear I just saw that somewhere. Oh, it's not. Okay, no, never mind. I'm just dumb. I'm just reading things that aren't even on the page. It's on YouTube, though. So I'll check. Christopher, I'm going to check this out tonight. I'm very curious. Very interesting premise there. So, Christopher, I'm going to check this out tonight. Thank you for the $5. I appreciate it. I'm going to see this, see if we can do a remake of it. Listen, if The Mutilator can get a sequel, so can this. So this can also get a reboot, sequel, whatever. You never know, Christopher. Anything can come back at this point. That's kind of the new status quo for typical movies. It's let's take something from the past that people liked and let's redo it in a modern sense. So it'll probably happen. You never know. Christopher, thank you for the $5. I do appreciate it. Thank you. Hopefully we get to The Invisible Man 2. Ooh, what could they do for a sequel? I don't even know. In The Invisible Woman, perhaps. Gotta go, adios. Thanks for hanging out with us, Ben. I appreciate it. Thanks for talking horror. With us. Edward saying, wait, there was a Scream 4 mobile app. There was. There's a mobile game. I've never played it myself, but I did. Like I said, I saw the kind of like preview for it before the Scream 4 it's on the Blu-ray. If you guys have that, watch the like trailers beforehand. It's one of those. It's in there somewhere. I've seen it there a couple of times, and you can. I don't know if they show you like gameplay or anything. I don't even know what it was. If you're playing as Ghostface running around stabbing people or something, I don't know. I'm not sure, but I'm sure it was cool. They should do a remake, because how many slashers were there in 1980? Leatherface, Black Christmas, Norman Bates. That's a really good point. There's this weird little like weird little area between like when Halloween came out pretty much to like 1980. There's this weird little span of crazy fucking slasher flicks. Like Halloween comes out, right? And it was this big deal. Like people went nuts over this movie. And then like a bunch of people like in 1979, literally the next year, started doing their own take on the same concept. It's like, oh, we can just do this with our own kind of killer? Yeah, let's do it. There's a bunch of movies from like 1979, 1980 that were like just, The Burning's another good one. I think that was 80. I think that was like 82, 81 or something. Perry's talking about that. That's another good one. But like The Driller Killer is another great example of just a weird slasher from that time period that's like really interesting and fun. I'm sure it's the same case with this one. Actually, is The Burning 1980? That actually might be just strictly 1980. But yeah, before Friday the 13th kind of really fucking jump-started it, and then every studio was on it. There was all these weird little takes on it that I thought were really, really interesting. A lot of weird slashers from like 1979, 1980 that I do recommend. A lot of crazy movies came out. in that time period, kind of experimenting with the Halloween formula. The Burning is fantastic, really good movie. I haven't watched it recently, but killer flick, Perry, love it. I wonder what's going on with the Texas Chainsaw sequels. I don't know. You know, we got some wind that maybe there was going to be a sequel to the Netflix one, and nothing. Like no updates, nothing going on there. And that was a huge hit for Netflix. You know, a lot of people disliked it, but it was a huge hit. It was like one of the biggest horror releases on there for originals in a long time, apparently. So who knows? Maybe we'll get another one. Maybe we won't. I hope we do. I'd be down for more Texas Chainsaw, more bloodbaths, because that's all that last movie was, and sometimes that's all a movie needs to be. I'm hyped for more of that. The Fall of the 11th. Cool name. Saying maybe in Saw X, the new apprentice will be the friends we made along the way. That's pretty funny. I'm hyped for Mark to come back. I'm hyped for Dr. Gordon to come back. Hopefully. That last one hasn't been confirmed, but it would be really cool to see Cary Elwes come back, if I pronounce his name correctly. Would be cool to see him come back, for sure. I'm just excited for Saw X. Listen, Kevin Gruder's back. He did Saw 6, and that's, in my opinion, like my favorite one. Excited to see him come back. I'm excited to see Shawnee Smith is back. John Kramer's back. He sat the last movie out, but now he's back, baby. We're going to get some flashbacks for sure. Because, like, listen, John Kramer's back. We're going to get some flashbacks. Did you guys see that picture of John, and he's sitting like he's sitting on a bench with like a little kid? So I wonder if we tie in the Spiral storyline to the main storyline, kind of making it all just one big story. That would be cool. Alejandro saying the name of our fan film was Evil Dead Bloodshed, and it was as gory as we could. Nice. That's awesome, man. That's some fun stuff. I'd make an Evil Dead fan film, actually. That would be fun. I'd make like a little short about someone finding a Book of the Dead or something. It'd be a good time. Noah saying, hear me out. I'll hear you out, Noah. I'll hear you out. For Scream 7, the Ghostface killers should be played by... Oh, okay, so the guy from... This is the guy from Stranger Things, right? From like season 3 and season 2. And Timothy Chalamet. Interesting. The first choice, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Docker Montgomery. He would be a great Ghostface killer, for sure. I'd be down for that. Timothy Chalamet might be a little more unexpected, but he's a big star, so people might be like, oh, it's got to be the big star. You know, they're not going to bring him back for the next one. So okay, you know, I dig that. I 100% on Max's older brother, right? Yeah, he's Max's older brother. Oh man, my brain is all fried from this weekend. Your boy was running, getting shit done this weekend. So I'm a little tired, but I'm keeping the energy going. I'm keeping it up, keeping it going. Making it fun. Got to make it fun. He would be a great Ghostface killer, though. He was kind of like the bad guy in season 3. So I'd love to see what his motive would be. Hopefully something original. that would be fun. I'd be absolutely down for that. I don't know, I always love the element of surprise with Ghostface killers. And in the last one, Ethan kind of got me. I thought he was a little too suspicious to be the killer, and he ended up being our killer this time around. Dermot Mulroney, I had pretty much pinned from the get-go. But I would love some surprise for our next group of killers. You know, like with Scream 2 and Scream 3, it's pretty translated who the killers are. I don't think it's all that surprising when Mrs. Loomis comes out. You know, she's been pretty suspicious the whole film. But then in, Scream 4, Jill Roberts is our fucking killer. Like, that's upsetting. It's like, what? Oh my God. It's like that's the emotion we wanted in Scream 3 so badly, but it's done so well. Kevin Williamson, man. Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Williamson's writing. It's amazing in Scream 4. It's so shocking, and it's upsetting too. It's devastating to have someone so close to Sidney Prescott end up be the killer. I love it. It's done so well in that movie. I love it. I would love to see that happen in Scream 7 once again. Just have a really surprising reveal. Someone where it's just like, it can't be you, but it is. And have their motive be something crazy and outlandish, something we haven't seen before. Like the Scream 4 formula, again, is what we need right now. We need that injection into the franchise after 6. I think with sequels, especially in a franchise like Scream, you need to do something where it's just bringing it back. It's bringing it back to what the last one didn't do that well. You need to expand on that. You need to make a whole movie expanding on that, because a sequel to an original movie is like, you're basically taking the premise that the first film did so well and you're taking it down a different angle every single time. That's kind of what you have to do. There's really, I don't know what else how else do you approach a sequel? You can't just make it something completely different, or it's an original film. A sequel implies that it's the same concept, but spun a different way, taken down a different route, continuing the story. So for Scream 7, I want that. I want that surprising reveal again that we had in Scream 4. And even Scream 5, I think Amber's reveal was fucking shocking. Like, I was like, I can't believe this. This is insane. So that's what I really want. I'm almost less concerned about who's the killer, just making it someone that we're not expecting. With 6, it was pretty obvious, I think, and I don't know. I'm looking for that again here in the next entry. One of my favorite Amber's reveal is one of my all-time favorites in the whole franchise. That is just so fucking crazy. Like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, no way, man. No way was it Amber. Holy shit. What else do we got here, though? Cole Littlelight is here. I love the salad fingers in your I know I say it every time, but I love it, man. I love that we got salad fingers in there. Hyper realistic salad fingers too. I know people will probably not dig this, but what if in Insidious 7 it was about the Brenners again, but this time have Quinn's dad get targeted? It'll be just like Insidious 2. I don't know, people will not like that. See, like, I would love that as an Insidious fan, but it would be one of those tough things to make that connection, be like, you have to see this movie to get this one. I'm never against, like, I'm not against ideas like this. I just feel like for a general audience, they might get confused by something like this. We haven't seen the Brenners since the third movie, but who knows? Maybe there wouldn't be that much recap to do. I don't think. You could just say that, Quinn was this girl who got targeted by a demon in the past and now they're back. Maybe there's not as much setup there with something like Scream, trying to connect it to Scream 3 specifically, like have this character show up and be the killer again. Like how some of us want with Angelina Tyler, who may not have died in Scream 3. Who knows? A lot of us want to see that happen. As a Scream fan, I would fucking love to see her get her whole, monologue at the end of a film. That would be really cool, but I know general audiences might be like, what? Like, who is this? Angelina, I don't remember this character. But you never know. You never know. Anything can happen, and we're in kind of the golden age of fan service right now, as I'm calling blockbuster movies. So fan service is in a crazy new realm right now. So anything can happen with your already established franchises, I think, personally. But you never know. Christopher Dunn is saying, I watched The Outwaters the other day and that movie was really disturbing. I wish I had found it as disturbing as everyone else did. I just did not. I could not get into it. There wasn't a very clear story to follow. I didn't really care for any of the characters. I don't know what was going on in that film. I really wanted to like it too. I drove very far to see it, and I don't know. I didn't get what that movie was trying to do, and I was kind of laughing when the meat snakes came out. There's meat snakes in that movie. That's all I'm going to say. And you can see the strings when they're pulling it. I don't know. Kind of weird. A very weird movie. Very strange film. Aaron is saying Melissa Barrera said she wants to be Ghostface in the next one. Did read that. I'm down. I'm down for Melissa Barrera to go Ghostface. I want it to be, if they end up doing it like from her perspective, I still want there to be a twist, I mean, we always have that in these films. It's always fun. Do we get away from that in Scream 7 though? I see a lot of people saying like, oh, I want Scream to have a big twist ending again. 6 that kind of didn't have that. So I want that again in Scream 7. So that's kind of why I'm leaning towards like, oh, we got to have a big killer reveal in 7. But I'm also not against this either, because I would love to get a Ghostface perspective movie, especially with Melissa Barrera at the helm of that. That would be awesome. So I'm not against that at all. I think that would be really cool for her to go Ghostface. So yes. Sarah's saying, I love the fan service, but make it make sense. Yeah, I mean, you can do that all day as long as it works in the context of your story, but don't make it something that's so glaring to the point where it's like, whoa, okay, whoa, what are y'all doing? Are y'all just trying to, fill seats for a crowded house? Just trying to get a crowded house for your movie, or what's going on here? So I agree, Sarah. Make it make sense. Don't just have it be some crazy shit. But also, I love crazy shit. Scream in Japan. Oh, that'd be cool. Tokyo would be a good backdrop for one of that. That'd be fun. That'd be a fun time. Manga Maniac is here. Yo, yo, yo. What's up? Welcome. Sorry to be so late to this party. Don't worry about it. We're just glad you're here, my friend. Saying, did someone say Ghostface in space? So yeah, sure. Someone definitely said that. No, I'm kidding. Who done it on a broken drifting space Voyager? That would actually be kind of sick, though. Like, there's stranded in space, and there's, instead of like an alien popping up, it's someone in a fucking mask, Oh. I'd be down for that as like a standalone, like an original film. That would be a lot of fun, because you're expecting a sci-fi element, but it's like, what if one of these characters is just kind of crazy and killing everybody? That would be a lot of fun. I'd actually be down for a movie like that, but maybe not in the Scream franchise. Just a standalone, though, that could be kind of cool. The Thing on a spaceship. I don't know why that hasn't been done, honestly. Could you check out the earlier question? I got you, dog. I got you. I'm going to scroll all the way back. I'm scrolling. Logan, this was way back, my friend. Oh, man. Are you a fan of even more disturbing side of horror like Antichrist? I have not seen Antichrist. I've had it recommended to me like 100 times. My friend said I would love it, but I have not seen it. Martyrs, on the other hand, I like it. I do think that there are movies out there that are dark for the sake of being dark. Human Centipede is a pretty good example of this. It's one of those things where darkness has to come organically. If you're going to do something really dark and really fucked up, you can't do what Human Centipede 2 does, because then it's just like, it's egregious. It's to the point where it's just ridiculous. It's like, what? Like, why are we even doing this? I think that you have to have a good story if you're going to have something really dark happen too. I don't want to just see blood and guts for the sake of it. I want it to be in the context of the story. Like something like Evil Dead 2013 wouldn't work for me unless it's set up the way it is. It's set up in a way that makes you care for these characters. You spend like 10 minutes or so, 10, 15 minutes before anything even crazy happens, where it's just getting to know these characters, feeling for them. You got to have that emotional connection with characters for something like gore and blood to be effective. Speaking of the Outwaters, like how we were talking about earlier, I won't spoil it for you. Give it a watch. It's on Screambox. It's one of those movies that people are very back and forth on. So give it a shot. Check it out. I personally wasn't a big fan of it, but I know a lot of people that did love it. So go give it a shot. There's something that happens in that movie that is so visceral. Like, this character does something to himself, and I'm not going to say what it is, but it's really visceral and fucked up. But it doesn't hit that hard because I didn't care about this character. Like, I'm like, I've seen this done in other movies where it was like way more effective. If you know what I'm talking about, you've also probably seen Hostel 2, and where I was like, fuck, dude. But that's actually a bad example because it's kind of a different situation. But I've seen horrible things happen to characters I really liked where I felt bad, and it's like, oh my god, I didn't want this to happen to this character. I had this emotional connection with you, and if I don't feel that from a character, then I say no, it's not gonna work. You gotta have that. You have to have that bridge, I think, or something gory or a kill just might not land as hard. Lighting Ghost is throwing $5 in there. Sir, I really appreciate you. Give me 2 seconds to take a sip of this water. Oh, okay. We're back in it. We're back in it, my friend. Lighting Ghost is saying, what do you think is going to happen with the Halloween franchise and who's going to continue it? Man, this is a really good question. What is going to happen? I don't see us doing a continuation to Halloween Ends. I really don't. I don't see the point of that. I don't think there's more story to tell at this point. I don't want a Corey Cunningham movie. I think people who liked Halloween Ends don't even want that. No, let's just start off with something fresh. If we do another Halloween, I say okay. I'm sorry. I got to say this. Please don't be. I can't even believe I have to say this, but please don't be racist in the chat. Like I don't want to block. I really don't want to block people, and I don't think it's intentional. But just don't do that. Please don't do that. For the love of God. Okay, you're still doing it. I'm blocking you. I'm sorry. Like, sorry, dog, but don't throw weird shit like that in my chat. Okay, Lighting Ghost, $5. Sorry, man. Really sorry about that. My apologies. Who should continue the Halloween franchise? So let's get back to this. I think that whoever does the next Halloween film, I want it to go back to basics yet again. I just want Michael Myers killing people. You know, maybe a whole new take on the idea. Go back to the 70s. Give me a parallel universe version of the original film. Not a remake. Not someone else playing Laurie Strode again. We already did that. You know, we did that in 2007 and it was fine. It was whatever. Give me a new take on the same thing. Give me Michael Myers. He comes to Haddonfield this time around. Who does he attack? It's not Laurie Strode. It's somebody else. Well, what's going on? I want to do something different opposed to what we did in Halloween 2018. I think we're kind of done doing a Laurie story because we have made it very clear that it's not possible to tell that story correctly in any timeline. So, I've given up on that personally. I don't think anyone's going to do it justice. We've had many attempts at it and it's just hasn't happened. So my suggestion is let's do a brand new timeline, brand new people involved. Let's do a period piece too. Let's have Ty West. This is my pitch. Ty West directs a new Halloween film. It takes place in the 70s, maybe 1978. Brand new characters get attacked by Michael Myers. Maybe instead of babysitters, it's trick-or-treaters. Maybe it's teenagers who are having to take care of their younger siblings and take them out on a trick-or-treat run, and they get attacked by Michael Myers. Something like that. Just a brand new take on it. Just something different at this point. We've had 13 movies of a lot of that has been the same thing. We've had, stuff like what Christopher is talking about, Dangertainment. But, that also didn't work for a lot of people. I say do something new. Lighting Ghost is do a brand new take on the same concept where it's still Michael Myers. He's running around killing people, but new people are getting attacked. Brand new characters. No relative characters, no requel characters, just brand new kid characters. That's all we need. Requels are obsessed with doing sons and daughters of characters from the past. We've seen it done. We've seen it done to death since 2018. It's time to move on. It's time to do something else. Tell original stories. Give me the same premise with new characters. And maybe they're not Strodes. Maybe they're not Annie Brackett relative characters. They're cousin, sister, whatever. No, just give me a brand new take on it. Give me brand new characters going through totally different things. That's what I would want from a new. That's what I would want from a new Lighting. I read Lighting Ghost as I said that. That's what I would want from a new Halloween film. Lighting Ghost. That is your name, isn't it? Thank you for the $5 though. I really do appreciate that. Ty West's Halloween would be fucking awesome. That's all I'm saying. After he's done with Maxine, let's get him on board that. That would be fucking sick. I would love some more Michael in my life, even though we just got 2 movies of him. Logan C is saying, all I said after Antichrist ended was yikes, and then I shipped dinner. Wow. Ooh. I'm hyped to watch it, though. I've heard some horrifying things about it. If it's the behind-the-scenes story of Antichrist, which is one of the only things I know about the film, they had Willem Dafoe do a nude scene, and apparently his... Am I getting in trouble for saying this on YouTube? You know what? Fuck it. I don't care. We're an hour into a stream. Apparently his dick was so big that director Lars von Trier was like, it's shockingly gigantic. We have to, we can't do this. Like it's I can't remember the exact quote, but it was something like shockingly large or something like that. Distractingly large, how big his wiener was. So they were like, yeah, no, we're not going to do that. Which is like, what the fuck, man? There's so many weird things about that movie. I'm actually really hyped to watch it. I just have not had the time. I don't know if it's really on any streaming service that I have. But I do want to watch it at some point. Mr. L is here. What's up, Mr. L? How's it going? Saying, imagine a high-rise style Halloween film. Ooh, Michael Myers trapped on the 25th floor or something with you. That would be scary. Yeah, just like how Evil Dead Rise just did. That would be fun. I'd actually be down for that. A new setting too would be cool. Once again, we were talking about how Michael Myers may escape into Haddonfield in a brand new setting with brand new characters. But what if you did something like this? We went to the hospital in Halloween 2. What if they're in this version of Haddonfield? What if it's, maybe closer to a city? I don't know. You never know. There's a lot of different things you can play with here, especially when you're doing new contained stories based on the same premise. That would be fun, Mr. L. I really like that. Once again, just doing something different with it. That's what I want. That's precisely that. Mr. L, you're hitting right on what I want from a new Halloween. It's just something different. Something where I haven't seen this before. We're going on a new path with a similar premise. I heard of that story and was like, damn, damn, daddy. I'm terrified. I'm absolutely I'm horrified by that story. Willem Dafoe is packing, man. Packing. Funny stuff. Christopher is saying, you're talking to somebody else. I won't get involved in the conversation. Better acting in Jeepers Creepers 5. I agree. End squad. Just something better. Something better in general, man. God, that last film was something else. Ghostface in a summer camp situation would be cool. Ooh. We kind of had Ghostface stomping on Jason's toes in that last movie. He did the New York thing a little better than old Jason did back in 1989, let's just say. I mean, listen, even if you hated Scream 6, you gotta admit they did the New York slasher thing a little better than Jason Takes Manhattan did. I mean, come on, man. I mean, most of that movie's on a boat. At least this movie was in New York the whole time, It was like, well, they didn't film it there, but still, come on. It's still a better New York slasher, I would say, than Jason Takes Manhattan. So I would be interested in this. Once again, Ghostface just shoving Jason's face in the mud, pretty much. Going to a summer camp. That would be cool. I'd be down for that. One to say hello to Villain Killin' Dylan. It's all good that you're late, man. We just appreciate that you're here. Thanks for hanging out with us, Dylan. Thanks for showing up. Appreciate you. Ty West's Halloween would be great. The cinematography of House of the Devil. Yes, exactly. And Pearl, the character development and brutality of X. 100% Ty. I especially after this new trilogy that they're making with X, Pearl, and Maxine, I could totally see him doing something like Halloween or Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and of course have it take place in the 70s. That's kind of Ty West's forte. He loves the period piece. And he does it really well. A lot of people love to say Robert Eggers, does great period pieces, and he does. He does. He's made 3 incredible period piece movies, just in the past 7 years or so. When did The Witch come out? 2016. But man, Ty West is kind of undersung, I think, in that area. He makes some killer period pieces too. The House of the Devil, super underrated. I can't believe I just watched that movie recently. And then also Pearl and X, both period pieces that are great. So I'd love to see him tackle Halloween in the 70s or Texas Chainsaw in the 70s. That'd be fun. I also love slasher films that don't take place in the modern day. There's a lot less you have to do. Think about it. If you set a slasher film right now in today's day, you have the internet and cell phones that you have to completely get rid of, or the premise falls flat and the police show up and, everything's fine. Their characters get saved. Then there's no movie. So making a slasher film in the 70s is immediately going to be a little easier, but you also have to account for people need to talk like they're in the 70s and not in today's world. If someone in a movie set in the 70s said, "What's up, fam?" that's going to be a little weird. It's not going to work. It's going to completely take you out of the 70s vibe. So, checks and balances, pros and cons to both things, I think. But overall, I love them. I love both. You should check my comment. The video is good. We're going back, Garth. Y'all are putting some comments way back there. Damn. Garth, I'm looking, man. I'm looking. Here we go. You should watch Sister Pam's? I don't know. I do not know who that person is, but I don't know. Theory video on Stu, no matter your political stance. That's really funny. Still pretty interesting seeing how much he's been a running theme in the last 2. I do not know of this person, but I'll check out this video if I have some time. I'm, like I've said before, I'm not against Stu coming back. I just think that there's a good way to do it and not a good way to do it. Personally, I once again, I'd be down for him to come back on a VHS tape, keep it simple, keep it to a little cameo. That'd be a lot of fun. I just don't see how it could make any logistical sense for him to come back at this point. And it's beyond the fact that, maybe he didn't die or something. It's beyond that at this point. It's beyond Stu living through what he lived through. It's the fact that no one has brought him up in years. And, there's also talks of Scream 7 not coming out until like 2025. Maybe they're going to wait for radio silence. That's a theory right now. What if they do that and then they bring back Stu? Why has nobody mentioned him in any of these movies? There's been so many movies since Scream 1. That's my issue with it. If they did it in like Scream 3, I wouldn't have an issue with it. It'd be like, okay, whatever. He kind of died, but like, yeah, that was fun. It was cool to see Matthew Lillard come back, but it's just been way too long. That's my biggest issue that I just don't know how they would get around. I don't know how they would get around that personally, but I'm open to it. I'm a very open-minded individual. I don't like to just shut things out, but that's just my take on it personally. If they did it in a way that really works, and maybe there is a way, I'm just not seeing it right now, I'm interested. Cool. Yeah. Kicks ass. I just don't see how you can make it make sense. I just don't. Yeah, and Mr. L, I think, is touching on something that I would have an issue with. It's delving into supernatural territory, which is something I love about Scream. It doesn't need to be supernatural to be really good. It's really scary. It gets really scary at points. It's really fun at times too, but it's all in the real world, and I think that's cool. I think that's a lot of fun. I wouldn't want the franchise to lose that element. Don Keenum. What's up, Don? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. I don't know if I've seen you around here. I don't know if I've seen you around these parts, so welcome. Well, come on in, sit on down, eat some popcorn, throw it at your face. I am really feeling popcorn tonight for some reason. I should go see a movie tonight. Man, want some popcorn. How do you think they'll adapt the Dead by Daylight movie? This is a killer question, Don. I really don't know. There's so many killers. There's so many killers. I imagine they'll do like a Fear Street thing. I don't know, Don, I don't know if you saw Fear Street, I believe it was 1978 was the 70s one, but that was kind of like when they first announced this, the Dead by Daylight, they're making a movie of this. I'd imagine they do something similar to what they did with the second Fear Street movie on Netflix, where it's like a bunch of killers all coming together and like coming out of the ground and shit. It's like all part of this like it's kind of confusing if you've never seen the Fear Street movies, but essentially it's like this summer camp. There's all these characters and there's like a bunch of killers running around murdering people. It's crazy. I imagine something like that, where there's like just a bunch of different characters and running around by some kind of force, all tethering them together, and they're all trying to murder all these characters. It's kind of like just a battle royale kind of slasher movie, where instead of just one, there's a bunch of them. Just like how Dead by Daylight has a bunch of different characters that they've made up. It would be cool to see all of them come in, and they're all tethered to the being, kind of like in the game. That's how I imagine they would do something like that. Probably create some new character, some new protagonists or something along those lines. That's how I imagine they'll adapt it. Like, it's kind of similar to that movie. And, with Fear Street, that whole trilogy being kind of a big success over at Netflix, I imagine that, I'm probably not too far off. James Wan and Atomic Monster, as well as Blumhouse, Jason Blum, they're working on that. So I'm really hyped to see it, whatever it's going to be. But I'm excited, man. That game's a lot of fun, and I'm excited to see what they do with the movie. It's gonna be fun. We're entering this age of video game movies, which I've been meaning to do a video on this. You just lose track of time. I mean, I want to do a video on video game movies with Mario's newfound success. I liked the movie. I wasn't like, holy shit, this is the greatest thing ever, but I liked the Mario movie. I thought it was fun. It's a fun time. I'm happy that it's had so much success. I'm happy that video game movies in general have had so much success lately. The 2020s, you can say what you want about movies nowadays, but this is so far the golden age of video game movies, which is kind of insane. I feel like we're just kind of getting into that. Some people I don't think would go so far as to say that. I'm saying that because I'm kind of predicting I think I'm talking about where the future is going to go a little bit with video game movies. I feel like we're going to get kind of a big renaissance of that, the golden age so far. Because video game movies have always kind of been frowned upon. Some of them have made a lot of money, like Resident Evil, and with the Warcraft movie was the former highest grossing video game movie. I believe Mario has already taken that crown away from it. But, a lot of those weren't fantastic. But then, Sonic comes out and it's like, whoa, this is really good. The Last of Us was fucking maybe the best video game adaptation of all time. Who knows what the future has in store? Five Nights at Freddy's comes out this October. We have Dead by Daylight in the works. There's a lot of good things coming in the future. So I'm hyped. I'm hyped for any video game movies moving forward. I feel like they're finally getting them right, and that is very exciting. It's a very exciting time to live in, especially as a video game movie fan. which is weird. And a lot of them are horror oriented as well. The Last of Us, Five Nights at Freddy's, Dead by Daylight. Who knows what's next? Silent Hill, Resident Evil, they're both getting reboots. Really exciting stuff, man. We need a full-length movie of Chloe Okuno's Storm Drain. Dude, fuck yes we do. Hail Ratma, baby. Love it. Love it, Jonathan. Oh my God, we need that so bad. Jason is saying, funny thing, me being a Resident Evil fanboy. Oh, you've never seen those movies? I'm definitely more into the games too. I do agree with you, but I recommend the movies. Like I said, I don't love them, but they're fun. and you know, I've said this many times before, but like, if a movie's fun, it's enjoyable to me. Like, as long as it's fun, cool. Like, if you make a movie that's boring, that's the worst thing it can possibly be. Fun, the element of fun can save a bad movie, and that's how I feel about the Resident Evil films. They're inherently, I think all of them are bad, but they're all very fun too. Maybe not so much with not the last Paul W.S. Anderson one is kind of not very fun, but besides that, I think they're all cool. So give them a watch, check them out. I'm curious what you think about them, Jason, as a fan of the games. Jacob Myers is here. What's up, Jacob Myers? Hello, Jake. It's been a while. Well, welcome to the stream, dude. Welcome back. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate it. Which one would you want to come out first in Halloween? A reshoot into the novel of Halloween Ends? Ooh, that's actually... It makes some good points there. The recently canceled Halloween Returns, or a sequel to Halloween 4. Ooh. This is tough because I have a lot of passion in the David Gordon Green movies. I fucking love Halloween 2018 and I really enjoyed Kills. So I was really hoping for Halloween Ends to be a banger, like just a banger finish to the story, and I just didn't feel that from that movie. It just didn't feel like the end of that trilogy. It felt like its own thing. So I would personally love a redo of Halloween Ends, like a true end to the Laurie Strode's story, because it just doesn't feel like it's about Laurie Strode anymore. It's about Corey Cunningham now, and I think there was a movie where you could have done something like that. You know, I'm not against new ideas and established franchises, but we were setting up a very clear story with Laurie Strode, and I feel like we got robbed of an emotional ending. With her character and Frank Hawkins, who was reduced to two scenes. You know, it was like, man. So yeah, I would probably want to see a new take on Halloween Ends, like a new take on just a take on me. That's where my head went for a second there. I would love a true Halloween Ends with Frank Hawkins getting his story finished, with Laurie Strode getting a good story, a movie where Andy Matichak's character doesn't get reduced to a love interest. There's a lot of things that I would love from a true Halloween Ends, and yeah, I don't know. I think that's probably the one I would want most. Realistically, we probably won't get that. We'll probably get something more towards like a sequel to Halloween 4 or something, I'd imagine. But like I said, a new take, a new contained story on Halloween, I think would be the freshest, best way to get a good movie out of this franchise still, to squeeze something out of it. But I love it, man. I love the question. Great question. Great question, Jacob. And once again, thanks for hanging out with me, man. I appreciate you coming by. You know, it's some people just fade on, you know, and move on to other things. It's always nice to see familiar faces running around, so. Jeremy, we were just talking about this, saying the massive Scream Factory Chucky 4K announcement. There was a lot of 4K announcements today from Scream Factory. So the rest of the Chucky movies are getting 4Ks. As of right now, you can get 1 through 3 on 4K. But now Seed, Bride, and Curse and Cult just got 4K announcements. So if you guys want to get those bad boys, they're coming out. They just got announced. Upgrade by Lee Winnell was also announced to be on 4K soon. But I'm fucking hyped, Jeremy. I really want to get all those on 4K at some point. I'm just very broke and I already have the Blu-ray, so I'm right now my rule of thumb is if it's something I fucking have to have and I don't already have it, I'm like, okay, maybe I'll get it, you know? Like, I just got The Strangers Prey at Night for like super cheap on Blu-ray, and it's in really good condition too. I got that in Terrifier recently for like hella cheap, really good condition. I was like, damn, this is nice. Yeah, just spent very little money on those, and I was like, nice, okay, good. So that's kind of been my rule of thumb recently. It's like if I don't have it and it's like one of my favorite horror movies ever, like those two, yeah, you know, I will get them. But I do not have $200 to spend on on all the Chucky 4Ks, but maybe at some point in the future I'll be able to get those. So I have a big wish list that I'm slowly whittling away at. I'll probably die before I actually get through the whole thing, but you never know, man. You never know. Mr. Ellis spitting some facts here. I'd love another The Thing movie, maybe one in space or something. That needs a requel so bad. And listen, if you're someone who's like, man, requels ruin the original, I disagree. You're always going to have the original. You know what I mean? You're always going to have it. Listen, there's an American Psycho 2 that completely kind of ruins American Psycho. But you know what? You can pretend like that doesn't exist. You can pretend like that doesn't exist. I would love a Thing requel movie where about how somehow the fucking Thing escapes into different locations all around America or some shit. Maybe they go and pick up Childs and all them. Maybe they go and investigate the scene from the original movie. And somehow it's still alive, you know? That would be so fun, man. I'm down. I'm very down for more Thing movies. And there's been little rumblings about that. I remember back in 2020, there was an announcement that like John Carpenter was kind of working on like a new take on the Thing or something. But still nothing here in 2023, unfortunately. So I would love a new The Thing. I would absolutely be down for that. Just like Evil Dead, it would be such a fun franchise, I think. And the 2011 film it's fine. You know, it's all right. I think the effects are pretty trash, but I'd be down for more of those. It's such a good concept that I'd be down to see more groups of people dealing with it, and hopefully they do practical effects this time. Jason, I do agree with Jason. I think the original The Thing is untouchable. We don't need a remake, but some requels would be fun. The Thing is untouchable in some weird way. I'm glad it tanked with critics and in the box office keeps that mystery alive. Yeah, and you know what? Another thing, Jason, to your point, I wouldn't want them to explain the Thing or where it came from. I would just want it to fuck up some more people. You know what I mean? Like that's my big thing. I wouldn't want them to remake the Thing. That's not necessary, man. Like you don't need to do that. But the idea of what the Thing is would be cool in more movies, I think. Scream 6 made a shade under 170 million in the box office. That's such a shame it didn't quite get there. That would have been cool, but close. It got close, you know? It made more than the last one, and that's really all that matters, you know? So that's really cool. So good for Scream 6, man. I love it. Love to see that franchise staying successful. I'm beyond shocked that Scream 7 hasn't been announced yet. But let's be honest, the reason it hasn't been announced is because the creatives don't seem to be wanting to be involved in the next one. So my guess for Scream 7, which I think is a good note to wrap up this stream on, is we probably won't get an announcement until we have gotten the creative situation figured out. Probably the same writers, different director, is my guess. But we'll just have to wait and see till we find out. You know, who knows what's going on behind the scenes right now? Nobody knows, because I don't fucking know, man. Radio Silence doesn't seem to be involved. It seems like Christopher Landon may step up to the plate. All just rumors at the moment, though. I will keep you updated on this page, though. So let's keep talking horror theories, and we'll do this again sometime soon. Like I said, I'm going to have a stream most likely on Wednesday, but that might change, for gaming over on GullGotha, which was formerly Movie Smoothie. Go subscribe to that page. We're going to be doing some killer gaming streams this week. We're going to be playing Dead Island 2, I should say. Dead Island 2, and also Resident Evil 4 over on that page really soon here. So I'm hyped. Go check out that page. Go subscribe. We'll be doing a game stream there. I'll probably have another stream on this page on Friday as well, talking horror movies. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me tonight. And as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.